I'm so proud of this community.
Hello, everyone. Oh my god. Okay, you're so proud of this
Hello.
community. That's the first thing you said. Um, Oh,
Welcome to the
where's the
biggest
thing?
Yeah, I'm proud of
the biggest
all of
PPH in the
us.
campaign. What you call this?
We're already
Time
started.
things.
Stop talking. Anyways, hello everyone. I had a rough week, but we're here. I don't have much prepared. But yeah, I'm Kuko. I'm the dungeon master. I do things. What?
Like slimes.
Like slimes. Everett, you keep
It's
fucking
so
talking. Go, go,
darkish.
go. Introduce yourself with this bone. We're back with the bone.
And the bone.
Is
Who got the bone?
Are we having a Discord issue now?
You're cut. Yes, it
It's
is
a
Discord
Discord
issue.
issue
You're cutting
now.
off.
We were fine
Discord.
earlier.
But it's not discording.
Yes.
Yeah, I cut off.
Oh my god, for fuck's
The
sake.
Discord is Discord. It's not
Discord or
Discording.
Chrome.
I'm about to have a crash out.
Oh no.
No.
Alright. Okay, it's too silent. What the hell? Wait a minute. Wait, who got the bone? They get the bone.
You
Kairos
did! You keep talking! Go!
got the
Fucking.
bone because it's the bone guy here. Is the Oh, I got the bone. There we go. Yeah. All right. Hello, everyone. Name's Theodore. I slack off a lot. I play games. I don't have work yet, but I'm already finished. I mean, with school. So yes, I as usual I play as Everett, your fiend from the abyss, a scholar. Was a scholar. Is still kinda a scholar. The proud wielder of that is long sword. But yes, that's everything. Let's go to Kairos. I give the boat over to him. I throw it at max
Mark.
speed.
I okay, at least didn't hurt. Good day everybody. I am Lupus and I'll be playing as Kairos Tempest, the timely butler from Rodado. And yeah, Krome, no. Everett, no, Grayson, fetch.
Oh my god, I'm going to strangle you guys!
I catch it
I
with my
like
toes. Thank
Oh
you.
my god.
Alright, hello everyone. Playing as Grayson / Claude of the Black Compass campaign. Mercenary / noble of the group. So the news is that for the first time, guys, I finally got a psychological evaluation. Yippee!
So
Yeah,
no,
so I'm
no.
about to find out what is wrong with me soon enough. So, and I am
Oh
excited
my
for that.
I need one too now. Right now.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Nah,
god. I think I might need one.
mine
So-
mine was sponsored by my company, so I didn't need to pay for it. Luckily.
Oh,
You, Everett,
Yeah.
you just
that's
fucking
good,
need
thanks.
to find a wall
I
and bash your head on it.
yeah. Touch my head. I guess. I'd love that.
Fucking bash your head on the wall.
I mean, I do with my fist.
And you're fixed.
All right.
My-
Sek'na, take the bone.
The wet bone.
I think Krome isn't ready
We're
yet.
gonna give it. I think so.
Okay.
You just got-
Hello, I am. Don't assume.
Ah,
Maybe
it's man.
disoriented.
Also, Bor haven't finished it as well, so yeah.
Do I get the bone? Fine.
Yes,
Snatch
you
the
get
bone.
Oh,
Hello, everyone. It's me, Krome. I am a little bit disoriented as always because I'm a baby and a vampire, and I just woke up.
You need to
I'm
fucking wake
the
up earlier.
sorry. No
You need to
amount
wake
of
up earlier.
apologies will make up for it. But hello, everyone. It's me, and I will be playing as always the one throwing hands, Sek'na. Ayo. And now I
Ease.
throw this bone with much force to Or
I catch it with my urethra.
What?
Oh,
No.
That's crazy.
I'm going to
No.
strangle
No,
each and
Kairos.
every one of you except Small.
The toast was relatively normal. Not gonna lie. You guys thought the toast was bad? No, it was the tamest one.
Hello, everyone. I am your psychological
Jesus.
evaluation. We all failed.
I'm gonna
No.
kill myself.
And yes, I am psychological evaluation. I am playing Boar in this campaign called Lumen. And no, we are like I'm Boar playing Lumen. Everyone needs a psychological evaluation, especially the 3 million who voted for a convict. So yes,
Oh my god.
International convict.
I wasn't able to vote. I wasn't able to go back home.
Di ka pa naka-transfer, no?
No.
Di ba
Oh,
naka-transfer
no.
yung voters, ano mo? Yeah.
No. I'm not a
but
resident
yeah,
here.
I
I'm
will
an
pass.
immigrant.
I will pass the bone to the unconscious. No, the unconscious. Yes, the DM.
Yes. Yes, it's
Yeah.
me. Yep, I'm back. Anyways, we might not have a session next week. Small will be away. I might not be, ready. I have a lot of stuff prepared for the week, unfortunately. Even though next week is our anniversary, guys, that's such a shame.
It's a bit depressing, yeah.
It's such a shame, but maybe we can do something on the weekend. Since our actual anniversary should be exactly
Sunday.
on Sunday. Yeah. So something on
Sunday?
Sunday. Maybe not a session. Maybe something just stream and stuff, but honestly, last
musical.
time we did something. Last time we tried streaming all together, you guys fucking left me to talk by myself.
What?
You guys were
We
doing
talked
something
to
else. You guys were playing some other games and like you're leaving me to talk. And interact. I remember that. I remember that.
I was
You
talking
guys were
as well
fucking
that
quiet.
time.
And then you ate, you went to go get something to eat, and then Krome fucking went to the bathroom or whatever. And Kairos wasn't even there. So
Oh.
anyways. I don't know.
no.
So I don't know what we'll do. Since Small isn't here, so I don't know what we do. Anyways, that's all for now. Any other announcement that I have?
You're pregnant.
You like slimes?
Not
Just
really.
kidding.
No. Also, I haven't been able to make the group art for our anniversary. Sorry. Not enough
So
time.
good.
Not enough time. Anyways, if you can notice, I am a little bit triggered. But I'll try to calm down. Thinking of happy thoughts. Maybe Kairos' summary will help me. So go ahead, Kairos, with your hastily written summary.
It's very short since it's very summarized. So previously on Black Comp,
Thank you so much for your summary, Kairos.
the party delved deeper into forbidden knowledge, uncovering the truth about the Voidlings, theory of void creation, and Dark Nine's true objective. Afterwards, they shared a moment of tranquility. During a spring batting scene, Sek'na and Kes'na reunited and came to understand the value in their separation. Theon heard his partner's comforting voice once more, reassuring him of his place within the party. The session concluded with a scene of Kes'na torturing the guard before that is connected with Sek'na and Kes'na in Dawn Republic. The end.
Wow.
It's very summarized.
It's getting worse and worse each week. I think we should
No.
pass the baton to someone else.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I'll go, bro.
Um, anyways, we will begin this session with a little bit of a time skip. So, just maybe a few days or so. I think this is the wrong song, but we'll go with it. Um, I think this is the wrong song, but it's fine. Um, is it? It's fine. It works. Um, a few days after you guys had that wonderful evening in Ethereal Primes where you guys, spent the day at the spring. You guys had dinner with the locals. You exchanged stories. Just in general, had a pleasant time. After that, you guys return to the Black Compass headquarters, the Orienting Compass, and each of you were asked by Bentley to do some training over the year. Now, it's not, you guys weren't allowed to leave. However, if you do really need to go somewhere, you can always ask Bentley. So, if you find yourselves in your room just preparing, doing nothing for now, it hasn't started yet, but is there anything urgent that the party wants to talk about before we proceed with the 1 year time skip that we'll be having? Also, is my voice a little bit soft?
I think it's okay.
that's fine.
It is A-okay.
It's
Pretty good.
fine.
It's pretty good.
All right. Anything in particular? It's the first time you guys see Loyal after after spending a week or so in your mission. Loyal has cleaned and repainted your house for no particular reason. He's replaced the entire floorboards with different kind of wood that's a lot softer to walk on. He's replaced the curtains. He's reshelved all of the food supply that you guys have.
In other words, is bored from the looks of it. Either he got bored or he got a little bit probably bothered. Huh.
You guys see some new gym equipment in your house. You're pretty sure that's from the gym.
Wait, from what we see, Loyal is doing everything, all of that, right? So he just
Yes. It's like you see him
Oh my
wiping
God.
the gym equipment with the cloth.
understand.
Understood.
Doesn't look like there's anything urgent. Are you guys feeling the jitters? Nothing urgent? I'll keep moving if that's the case.
For Everett, nothing really. Nothing but nothing yet.
I'm good. I'm just gonna greet. I just greet Loyal and just talk to him. But yeah, that's it.
Alright. So you settle in, you spend the day just not particularly doing anything, just relaxing, getting into the swing of things. So you guys can discuss as a group what you will want to do for the rest of the year. I guess Loyal will just be the one to ask. So I have heard that all of you will be leaving, or at least will continue to be busy over the next year.
Mm-hmm. Affirmative.
Well, we have to.
Seems like it.
Hmm?
Seems like it.
Where is Marsh?
Yep.
I take out from my pocket a seed and he's resting right now. Poor guy tucked himself out with our previous mission.
I see. He was looking very forward to it.
The little guy
for
might have bit off more than he can chew, not gonna lie. But we'll be here for him. I'm gonna keep him safe. And if I ever need something, could you possibly help with that?
understood.
Fantastic. Push Marsh back in my pocket.
All right. I guess I'll just start asking one by one what everyone plans um to do for the year. Let's start off with Lumen.
So Lumen basically goes towards everyone. It's like, hey guys, um, I think I'm going to go like slightly be apart from everyone for a while. I wanted to go and well patch things up with Taro, and even though I still have a bit of like disdain for him, there's still so much of uh, his culture that I really want to know more. And what better way than to actually go with him and try to see what life is like. Plus, there were a lot of things that he was doing that I just feel is something that I could learn more than just, you know, the things that I'm already learning uh, from Dawn Republic.
Well, that's totally alright. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm guessing everyone's good with it as well. So
I,
we
I,
all have our
I,
things after all to do. You know.
I look over to Kairos and I'm like, Kairos, you seemed like you wanted to say something to me a while back.
We can discuss it once you're back, but I completely support you going to Tero once again. You do need to, yeah, learn stuff from him. I'll discuss it once you're back. It's just, it's mostly just training with you on how to like be protective or some, or something. Hmm.
So yeah, for this year that Bentley gave us, I decided I'm gonna be heading back to the Middlelands to go to Tero.
Okay.
Actually, I'm quite surprised that he allowed you to go to the Middlelands, but
Well,
well,
he
at least he
hasn't
did.
asked yet.
Wait, seriously? Oh,
Just
Well,
make sure
huh.
you're alive.
I have another reason, anyways, like that I need to tell Bentley, because if we really are really thinking about getting more of these artifacts from the relics and artifacts from the Middlelands, just like Taro said, we need someone with strong ties to blood magic and all sorts of things from Middlelands. So to what do you call this, to anchor those two, and we can't just keep picking people up from the Middlelands to imprison here so that we could control these things. So it's better if I learned how to actually deal with these things. Is the thing chopping up?
Yep.
No, no, you're
Discord.
fine.
Discord bots chopping up.
Okay.
Oh, you. Oh,
So yeah, I'm gonna tell Bentley about that, and I just feel like this is the better opportunity for me to grow. What
mhm.
about you guys? What do you guys plan to do for uh what do you guys plan to do for this 1 year? Looks over to Kairos. Are you gonna be training with Bentley? You seem awfully close.
Well, we are, but well, we are a bit close, but I think it's better if I focus more on the group. I was hoping if Grayson would like to try some things out, especially that he told me he wants to teach me how to use a gun before. Before the, you know, that's the mini argument. Is that okay with you, Grayson?
He ponders for a moment and then recalls back to the time when you were using the gun a handful of times and recalls back to the time where you almost when you shot yourself in the head. Um, you know what? I also could use a buddy to spar, and I feel that having used this gun of mine, I feel like I've gotten rather rusty with my rapier over here. So I suppose, in return, you help me refine my my way around the blade. How about that?
Hmm, we have ourselves a deal then. I agree. And Kairos just
Fantastic.
wags his tail.
I
How,
can give you a head pat.
thank you. And how about you, Everett?
Um,
You can join
well,
us if you want.
I was actually hoping you'd ask. So,
You sound like shit.
wait, what do you hear? What do you hear?
It's very like
You sound
robotic.
crunchy. You sound crunchy.
It's a noise suppression because it's currently raining outside. Give me a second.
Ito mo dyan dito napaka-araw. What the hell?
All right, how about now? Good.
It's fine.
I think that's good.
All right. I would say, well, I was actually hoping you'd ask. I'm planning to train on my own, but since you already asked, I don't mind.
Again?
And
Um,
there are things to say. I haven't found out about my abilities yet, so it's best to learn them now.
You're crunchy again.
You're a crunchy.
Ooh, lovely. But yes, he's just going to say that he's going to train. Sorry, I had to just I can't roleplay properly with this rain. But yes,
Where will you be going if you're training? Are you gonna be stuck inside your room for the rest of the year, studying magic again?
Everett chuckles for a bit. Um, not really. I don't plan on staying in my room anymore. It's already got old. Got too old, you know. So probably around the training area in the there,
Hmm.
and probably the gym. By the way.
Feel free to join us if you want. You are quite good with your sword.
Which, which reminds me, it seems that you've been using your sword more often rather than practicing your magic. I was thinking if you could at least spend time with Marsh's seed, perhaps you can connect with him. For he did give you a book that he made. Perhaps he hid a spell within it that could help him recover.
I actually haven't think of that yet, but it's actually a good idea. I'll keep that in mind and we'll do it soon. I mean, as soon as possible.
Well, I think you should think about it more. Like how much Marsh thought about you more.
Everett nods. But you notice his ear fall down for a bit, and yeah.
Do you have ears?
He has ears. What you mean?
Oh,
He's an
yeah.
ox, man.
You made the art, man.
You forgot your own drawing.
I don't know, man. I don't know, Ox.
Oh no,
Um.
ox. I mean,
All right.
Discriminate against oxes.
they're like cows.
I guess
They're like
Oxen?
cows.
we follow Lumen for now. As Lumen, I believe you make your way to Bentley's office, which
Yeah.
should be around where Streamcast is. So you'll have to go northward to the what you call it, to the Dark Nine's Tower or something. I forgot what it's called.
Basically north of where we are.
Yep, north of where you are, in a
North of
castle
North.
in the frozen biome. Actually, I can pull it up on the map. Here you go. Mm. Oh, I'm the only one seeing it. You need to go
Alright.
northward. And
So basically, yeah.
sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
oh yeah. So I basically head towards north with pretty much Vanessa, and yeah, like I just basically go to talk to Bentley about it.
So as you enter Bentley's office, you also see some other doors there. There aren't necessarily any guards, but when you try to open the door, you feel like this would be locked normally, but when you touched it, it opened up like normally. Maybe when you initially put your paw on the doorknob, maybe you felt like a click or lock or something, but after trying again, you open it and maybe there's something about that.
Alright.
Anyways, you go look for Bentley, and you find him writing on his desk. His room is actually filled with loads of aquariums. One of them is actually empty. You would guess that maybe sometimes he would maybe go in there. And other stuff that you see are, personal things. Perhaps his collections of magical items that he, gathered so far that he can keep at least in his room. However, you do see one particular photo on one of the shelves. You see Bentley smiling. He looks a little bit younger. His hand is over what looks like a silver-maned wolf, who looks very, very similar to Kairos, just a little bit older and maybe a little bit bulkier.
Ooh. So I take note of that, and just like I also take note that he doesn't really like to talk about his personal things. So I just take note of that picture and image, and then I look around, and then as I see him, he's on the desk, right, writing.
Yep, he's just on the desk, not really paying too much attention to you.
Yeah, I walk on in, and then I just like, Bentley.
Yes, Lumen.
Ben, you told us that we should be training for a year, right?
Well, you will be sent out to missions here and there, depending on your progress. For example, I do not think I need to send Kes'na out anywhere as of now. I believe what he needs is rest. But yes, that is the goal, for you to train for a year.
I kind of have a proposition in terms of my training. So you are aware of the situation in regards to those the Crimson what they call it, the Crimson Tide
Shaman.
and all those yeah, the Crimson Shaman artifacts and relics, right? How those can only be used with a Crimson Shaman being around.
I believe it is only the case for the blood staff, but I would assume that many magical items in Midlands
Would have their own means of activation and whatnot, correct?
perhaps not the case. It's more so the fact that it needs blood. Doesn't
So
need a Crimson Shaman's blood, just blood in general.
yeah, well, that's actually what I wanted to talk to you about. I feel as if there's a lot more I can learn and train myself in through through training and reconnecting with Taro. The Crimson Shaman we fought and
Mm-hmm.
who assisted us in the recent event. Are we still keeping an eye on him, or like, do we know where he is right now?
No, but I did keep this as he pulls out a vial, like a small vial, like maybe this the size of a syringe or something small. Um, this is his blood. You should be able to use this to locate him.
I
However,
can.
we do not have a point at Alfred's tree. He might still be there, but I believe he should be moving soon, if I
Well,
would guess.
what's the closest point that we have to jump to?
To the Ethereal Prime Forest, but I do not feel very comfortable sending you out there by yourself.
Do we have anywhere in the Middlelands?
I would think that um, Tero would go to the city of Grimemire. It is a place for banished barbarians, shamans, um, basically any carnivore that wishes to live a somewhat more peaceful existence. I believe he would be going there to look for allies.
Considering
Mhm.
considering the situation that he went through and how he's already been shunned by his tribe, then I suppose that's true.
Yes, but you will need to give him some time to go over there first. And he goes to check something on his compass. Um, sorry, I'm just you know letting the music bot recover.
Yeah,
um,
All right, right.
I believe Blood Moon is still not here, and he's like checking his compass. Oh, sorry. Blood Moon is one of the Inner Sanctum members. He is our resident Midlander expert.
We have another Middlelander here.
Well, he is part draconic, but yes.
And he just basically thinks like, is it possible to meet with him?
Unfortunately, he is away on a mission. He has been gone for quite some time. I do not know when he will return.
I see.
But I will allow this if you wish to go to Grimemire. I would suggest maybe waiting for a month or so. And that time I can give you missions that you can do by yourself.
That sounds good to me.
Good. Is that all?
Mm, I do have one more thing though, Bentley.
Yes. Then he was about to pick up his pen again.
Yeah, and he just looks at it. He just looks at like he just looks at the picture again, and then he just like shakes his head. Uh, Never mind. That's all.
Okay. Um, Tell the others if they intend to go somewhere. It has to be within good reason.
I'll let them know.
Right. Um, and yeah. Is there anything in particular that you want to do within the month?
I think for the month, I will basically. Hang on. Actually, is there any other plant folk here on the thing or no?
I'll say no.
All right. If there's none, then I think for the few months while he's preparing for his journey towards the Middlelands again, he
Mhm.
will basically just go around with everyone else and just help them out with things, trying to get them, trying to bond with them a bit, like get to know each of them more. And I think he will, in particularly, try to talk to Kes'na more in,
Mhm.
in terms of this because he hasn't talked to Sek'na in forever because he only just got back.
You mean Kes'na?
Oh, Kes'na, yeah.
Sure. I mean, we can have that scene. Sure. So, okay. You spend the first few, days. I mean, Kes'na would be asleep, knocked out for a couple of days more. Wait for him to be ready. And sure, let's say one of these days, you find him in the middle of your living room in your house, just chilling, eating maybe some like crisps or whatever. Um, and yeah, you find him there, just um, sitting around.
Then I basically sit next to Sek'na and wait. Who's gonna
Kes'na.
be playing Sek'na?
I
Uh,
will.
Kes'na, yeah. Okay. So I sit next to Kes'na and I'm basically like, oh, it's good to see that you're up and moving along again, Kes'na.
Yes. I was incredibly fatigued. Oh my goodness.
The Discord's going
The
crazy.
Discord is going crazy.
Yeah. Then I was
There's
like
one wild.
a lot like a lot of things must have happened. Did Sek'na already catch you up on everything that happened after you left?
No, she has not.
I basically look over like
Well,
I think
bits and pieces.
yeah. I basically look at him like I think you've grown pretty much stronger the last time we saw you, but I think Sek'na grew quite strong as well in a very different way.
I would agree.
Then he just basically like smiles at like Kes'na and he's just like, either way, it's good to have you back. It was a bit. I think Grayson was having quite a difficult time keeping the rest of the group together. You were practically the only other person who tended to keep everyone in line after all.
With my snarky remarks,
Hey, everyone respects that.
hmm,
And then he basically opens up his compass. I think I should return this to you. And then it's literally just a small drop of blood. He just like kind of like uses the compass to like put it back on like Kesna's car or something.
um, thanks. I'll just. He wipes it on somewhere on his shirt.
Aw. But anyway, um, it's really interesting still that the two of you are now, you know, doing things on your own.
I suppose there is good and bad to this. But I believe if we continue walking down our individual paths, we will become stronger.
And he like Lumen just smiles. I think so too. And then he just walks away. Just like, all right. Uh, really glad again that you're back. And then he just like walks away. Say hi to Sek'na for me, and he just walks out, going towards the next people. He just runs off.
Also, Kes'na is a little bit awkward, so if that is a bit awkward, it is awkward.
It is awkward.
Okay, good.
It makes sense. It's
Yes.
awkward. It's supposed to be awkward.
You're not friends.
Yeah, friends. Anyways, Krome, at some point you'll have to start role-playing Kes'na again, okay? But for now, you
Characters.
keep Sek'na for now. Eventually. So, after some time just spending like a few days just relaxing or doing some basic training, eventually you are sent out to a mission. It is in Midlands, just assisting some adventurers. Nothing necessarily too dangerous or specific. You're working with another Black Compass member. This isn't one of those dangerous missions that they send out people on. It's just a basic, dungeon raid or with some other adventures that are not affiliated with the Black Compass. Just you're joining them.
General.
And
Yeah.
for the most part, the group is serviceable. Nothing particularly interesting happens. After that, you get what you need. You were able to explore a little bit more. Meet, adventurers, things like that.
Yep.
Nothing particularly noteworthy. In any case, a month will pass, and eventually, Bentley will give you the go signal to head on over to Grandmire. Sorry, I'm just going to start kicking the story, okay? Since we're on
Yep.
a little bit short on time. So you're sent over to Grandmire after some paperwork and permissions, and you feel, if I can find my fucking notes, there's so many shit going on my thing. Nope, that's Fion. That's Sek'na. As you enter the portal, you feel strong wind burst in front of you as you feel this arid heat immediately take over. Your vision races forward within a tunnel until you emerge into an empty room. And then you immediately hear footsteps coming from another room. Through the only door, you see like those things that you peek over a cell. So you see that, and you see someone looking at you, and then it closes shut. You hear the lock open, and you see a very, very thin hyena looking up and down at you. They're as soon as they see you, you see their mouth begin to salivate.
Is this the? Where is this again?
This is Grandmire.
Okay, so I already arrived. That's
Yep, you're
that's
already
what it
right.
is.
Sorry. Yep. You enter
So-
the portal to Grandmire.
So this is at the exit of the portal.
Yep.
And I look over at him, and I basically, like, even though he's salivating, the first thing I notice is that how thin he is.
Yep.
And I basically walk over to him and like, hey, are you all right?
I am the portal keeper. Are you for sale?
For sale?
I don't know. You are a client. Then he begins wiping his maw. just putting away his spit. You have lots of meat. No. Yes. Meat celibacy. Then he just keeps repeating that meat celibacy, just wiping his spit on his face.
I continue to look over at him, and I was like, is everything all right, Mr. Portal Keeper?
No, it's just he's just like, he's doing a thing, like trying to calm himself down. It's been many years since I've had something to engorge.
Oh, and then he just, oh, so you're hungry? I have
No,
some bread and
I
some
can-
berries.
Oh, bread and berries, yes. Meat,
He pulls out some bread
I-
and berries.
meat, I cannot. But, he goes to grab the bread and berries with his mouth, but he's like leaning over your arm.
Hmm.
Can I have it?
I'm looking. Yeah, you can have the bread and berries. I hand it over to him.
He bites your arm. No, 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 I cannot.
As he bites my arm, I basically am like, ow. It's like,
His
Hey,
teeth doesn't. His teeth doesn't
yeah, but gum still hurt. Gum
Yeah.
still hurt.
And-
I'm just like, I'm like, ow. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
I basically look at him and I'm like, oh, that kind of hungry.
Yes. And your arm is just, covered in spit.
I basically look at him and then I just. But you said something around the lines of celibacy. Are you
Meat.
supposed to not eat?
Meat celibacy. Yes, everyone in Grimire must not eat meat. But meat is so delicious. I miss
What about primal meat?
risky.
Risky.
Could trigger them. But primal meat, good too. But berries for now. Must rehabilitate, that's what Chief says.
Chief?
Well, they call it mayor, but here, Chief.
Oh, right. I meant to ask. Since you're the portal keeper here, has there ever been a shaman who came by here before, or probably no longer a shaman, but it's a guy named Tero, and then I described Tero to him. He looks like this and that.
I know 20 other lions. I cannot eat them. And you're describing, it's as if you're profiling a person, but there's 20 other
Yeah.
people that has the same profile.
Then I do something. I do something different, which is I basically I pull out the veil. Half of the veil I already put in the compass, but I pull out the veil and just pop the thing open, just so that he can sniff the blood. And I'm just like,
What is that?
perhaps someone who maybe smelled like this. I'm raising. I'm raising my hand above the veil, all the way
his
above
neck
my
is
head.
getting longer and longer. As
I'm
he's trying to...
really raising it high above so he can't reach it. I'm like-
you cruel, so cruel. Ooh,
Yeah,
no
but have you-
mercy.
did you sniff someone like this? Did you sniff this blood before?
Blood is very. I have good sense of smell. Zortark
Yeah?
will find. Yes. Let me smell. Closer.
I move it close, but not too close. Still enough to like yank it up just in case he tries something.
He just goes as soon as it gets close enough for him to reach. He
I'm
will
like,
try to
whoa,
yank.
whoa, 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 whoa.
I'm so sorry. Meat celibacy.
Yeah. We don't want to break your meat celibacy.
Yes. Blood is aromatic. Shaman. Must be one. Follow, we ask. Zortark, by the way.
Zortar?
Yes.
I put away first. I put away the veil deep in my armor so that he can't get it.
He like stares at your arm the entire time, at your hand, as to where you put it.
Yes, and either way, I basically, Lumen, and I put my hand out again to shake his hand because Lumen's just
Lumen.
polite like that.
Shake hand. Wow. Not common here. Like
Oh.
he's still holding your hand. It is putting it closer to his mouth.
He's just like, I'm watching him sniff it. I'm just like,
No, he's not
um,
sniffing it. He's like putting it
oh,
close to his mouth.
he's like rubbing it all over his mouth, and I just let him. I just let him. But I'm like, Zortark, how do people greet each other here in Middlelands then? Like what you're
Punch?
doing?
Punch
Oh.
on the shoulder.
thought- Mm,
Sniff from the
Ooh.
neck.
ooh.
Lick.
I'm just watching him lick my hand, and we're like,
it depends. Person to person, culture to culture.
I see.
This is good too. Then he's like, he's putting your hand on his face.
All right, Lumen just like, well, hey, if you're still ever around here, and like, if you're doing fine when I'm done finding the person, maybe I can help you get some primal meat or something.
No, meat celibacy. Eat meat.
All right, then maybe some. Ooh, I know. Like, one of my friends taught me how to make berries taste like meat,
But not meat.
but not meat.
I would like to try. Not taste before. Berry. Bleh. Meat.
Okay.
If berry tastes meat, then maybe. Yeah. He's like,
He's just gesturing, and I'm like, all right then. Where are you gonna? Do you just stay here, Zortark?
yes. Portal keeper. Very easy job. You just sit, wait, smell,
Looks around.
greet.
He- He looks around and like, I don't see a bed.
A floor. Sleep on floor. Good.
Oh.
Very good. Back. Very good for back.
I basically go ahead and, in that case, he basically grabs a bedroll from his bag, and then here, this would be really nice, and it's really soft too.
Smells like meat.
Yeah.
Smells like
Maybe you like. Well, I guess.
I will
but-
fantasize. That's a big word.
Yeah, I'm surprised you know it. I was just like, okay,
Mr. Doctor's a nightmare.
you're
Okay,
good. You
wait.
can.
This is
Yeah,
my
you
rush
can-
mode. I'm so sorry. Anyways,
It's alright. It's
Um,
alright.
It's actually pretty good.
he leads you
Yeah.
to go around like sniffing. You could also use your compass, but eventually you guys go through each shaman in the
I-
city, and it's actually quite nice. Like especially this time of year, there are you see a few grass growing around, and the city's actually built in a canyon.
Ooh.
And there's like many like wooden bridges or rope bridges like connecting different parts of the city. It's not very big. It just looks big, but it's not very big. They're just like this one large like pillar at the center where everything seems to meet. You see houses. You see people arguing. Like people are like, they look like they're yelling at each other, but they're literally just buying goods from one another. Like, you want to buy this? Yes, I want to buy it. Give me. And they're just exchanging stuff. They're like really hostile and angry at each other, but they're just very very vocal and angry and like
Oh, they're
physical.
Ilocano.
But they're like
Ilocano.
they're not fighting each other. You maybe see a few people fighting each other, but then afterward, like they're like dogs. They bark at each
Yeah.
other, and then when they're actually in front of each other, they just stop and like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
a bit
yeah, yeah.
awkward. So
That thing. Yeah.
and yeah, eventually, you would find like a small tent, like maybe in somewhere out in the outskirts of the city. It looks just very very newly set up, and from within you see shuffling, and comes out Tero. I knew you'd come around. I did not expect it to be quite so early, but um, how can I help? It is, very surprising that I see you here.
Like Lumen is first scratching his head, and he first looks behind him to see if Zortark is still there.
Hey.
Thanks. Thanks, Zortark. This is the guy I'm looking for. So maybe I'll come see you later. I'll bring some of that berry that tastes like meat later.
Ah. How about a tip?
How about what?
A tip. I help you.
Oh,
Tip.
of course, a tip. I give him,
He bites your
Fred-
your hand.
and I'm like, hey, careful! You might choke on on the piece of gold.
Gold. I gotta buy a dagger. Then he just like hops off to the village, to the city.
I look at Tero. It's like, is he okay?
They can be quite rough, but they're trying to make an honest living here. Most people in Grimemire are the same. They ju-
Lumen just like kind of like laughs a bit and is like, I don't know, I kind of like him, and
They
yeah, go
are
ahead.
quite endearing, no?
So, Tero, why'd you come? I really thought you were gonna stay with, you know, uh, the guy at the tree. I'm so bad with names.
Alfred. We
Yeah.
are very good friends, but I do have some obligations here in the Middlelands, and it still needs my attention. For now, I am here to assist the other goals of the other shamans here in Grimar. As you can see, there is not much intellect here, so I plan to set up maybe a small school.
That's very noble of you.
Sure. Like, you know what I have to deal with here.
Well, I mean, it's your choice.
I do where I am. I go where I am needed.
And yeah, so I just wanted to let you know I decided to come here to, well, first of all, apologize for how I was acting towards you. I'd tell you more about that later, but the other reason is when I saw you channeling your blood to Bentley, and pretty much the whole thing all those things you were doing during the fight. I just thought that you'd be a really good person to learn things from. Plus, plus, despite what happened all the way back in your village, I really did enjoy listening to your stories of the Middlelands and your culture. I mean, I sat there and listened for an hour.
Well, um, I mean, you are forgiven. I mean, I do understand. I did challenge your beliefs, and perhaps you had a different impression of the Middlelands. It is
Oh, I
not quite.
definitely did.
It is not quite often that you meet someone like me. If I am your first Midlander, then it is quite surprising. Um, anyways, I can teach you. I do not know your full capabilities, but since you carry that sword, I believe that you may have some understanding to this already. So, I suppose you will be my first pupil. I have not even set up the school, but I already have a pupil here. Um,
If you need help with setting stuff up and hauling things around, I can help. I'm pretty good at hauling things.
no, it is fine. Anything to delay my work here is fine.
Come on, it can't be that bad.
You
He
saw
says
him,
as he's like he says as he's just hearing the chaos in the back.
and yeah. I suppose we shall begin. Just give me some time. I will prepare a few things. Then yes. So you spend like pretty much like the first day just setting things up. You know, Tero is still literally just setting up his tent. He needs to do some groceries, so you probably go with him into the city, and it's quite nice. Again, it's just very loud, but everything else like the architecture, the buildings, things like that.
Very
Tero
canyon.
in the canyon, Tero tells you that they don't know who built Grimemire. Perhaps it's one of the Crimson Shamans doesn't know, but Grimemire was built to become like a symbol of what Midlanders could be if they're not so tribal. Is the idea. Now, no one knows who started it or who the first settlers were, but maybe it was from a foreign nation that tried, uplifting Midlanders, and they're no longer around. Maybe that's the case, but some parts of Grimemire predates like more than 500 years ago, more than the cataclysm, essentially. So it's an ancient city, but I think at this point it has the most population that it had ever been. If that sentence makes any sense. So
Makes sense. Makes sense.
so yeah. After you're doing some groceries, at nighttime, you and Tero have a talk. If you don't mind, I will be doing a spiel.
Go for it.
Think of blood as our life, our bodies as vessels. Flesh is merely armor for the soul. In Middlelands, flesh and blood is equivalent to your life force. That is the key to survival. And you're pretty sure you've heard this exact lines from Vanessa. Very similar phrasing. Not 100%, but very similar.
Yeah.
To be able to tap into your powers, you need to strengthen your control and toughen your body. I could put you in a regimen that enhances both. And that's it. Sorry. Since he did not mention the other possible dialogue, so he will not mention it.
Okay.
Does that suit you?
He's like pondering for a bit, and he's just like thinking. Well, besides, I do agree with having a regimen because I mean, all I have technically has is this really large body, and I feel like even though I'm very big and huge, I'm not as sturdy as you remember my friend Sek'na, right? The really the really abrasive one.
Yes.
So yeah, even though she's smaller, she's a lot more tough and a lot more strong. So I do think that I do indeed need to strengthen my body more. But other than that, I'm not sure if I were. Yeah, I don't think you ever got to see that. But there's this, and then I actually show him. I actually like cast sanctuary on him.
I believe this is Don Republican magic.
Yeah. Um. I can. I can do Dawn Republican magic because I don't know. It's just always been part of who I was. But the other thing is, I have this weird feeling that Dawn Republican magic. Well, not technically Dawn Republican, but White Shepherd's magic, which is about life, and blood magic. It's also about life. Aren't they technically almost kind of similar?
Hmm. There are very different nuances, but yes, I suppose yeah, you can call it that. Um, I don't. I must tell you, I'm not super familiar of Dawn Republican magic, but all I know it comes from the divine. It comes from the gods and the gods of Dawn Republic. Um, I do know a few things based from our history and in Middlelands at least that there were more gods in Dawn Republic before it even was a republic. There were gods that had dominion over that land. However, after some conflicts with Stein, those gods were slain, and their divine magic were lost. So that is pretty much all I know. I know that White Shepherd's magic is about life and growing things, and Thoril is about protection, but it is not exactly my field of expertise.
Lumen's actually surprised about the whole thing about other gods before Dawn Republic was established. I didn't know that. I
Yes.
thought
Well,
because when my mom told me about Stein, she never told me about Stein slaying all the other gods.
um, Stein is the god slayer. Even here in the Middlelands, he had conquered and slain multiple gods, even cosmic entities that threaten the world of anima from beyond this world. Stein had slain. Regions are formed because of his countless battles against these gods that want to overthrow um, or rule anima, essentially.
Lumen is just taking notes, and then be- as that's happening, he just it then looks like, oh yeah, um, say tarot.
Yes.
Does blood magic give a person dreams of sorts?
Shamans often receives visions from Stein himself. If you are chosen, I suppose that counts as possessing crimson blood is Stein's blood. It is the same. Most
Well,
Midlanders inherit his blood. Um, that is why if it is spilled, it is sacred.
hmm,
Crimson blood is very sought after.
sought after. You mean like A treasure?
Yes, entire tribes go to war just to enslave warriors that have crimson blood. They possess,
Enslave?
yes, they possess incredible amounts of power. For example, the staff that you stole is actually it uses crimson blood.
Hmm.
As I've told you, flesh and blood is equivalent to life force. And if crimson blood is Stein's blood, then it is an incredible amount of force.
I basically like look at him and then you said sometimes shamans would have visions from Stein. Is it about the future or something else?
Could be anything that is that will help him. If it is a vision that will give you guidance in the future, then it should be in the future. If it's something that you missed in the past, then perhaps it will show you something in the past. But these things, they are works of other gods. However, I believe there is a god of time somewhere out there.
Like when he mentions God of Time, he just like the first thing that pops into Lumen's head is Kairos shooting himself, and I'm like, ah, well, I guess there's still so much I need to know. Um, I look over towards I look over towards Tero. You did say that your staff had was using crimson blood. Does that mean you have crimson blood?
It is in the name, the Crimson Shamans.
I see. I'm surprised that I'm surprised that you're not being, well, I guess you are a respected, well, disgraced but still respected member of the shamans.
Many
What was
shamans
that?
encounter defeats and countless errors. We are simple beings, you know. We make mistakes.
What was that guy earlier, Zoltrek? I mean, I heard. I think he mentioned something about for sale. They're selling people here.
No, it means that if your body, when he means for sale, no, we do not do slavery here. But when he means for sale, he means he wants to buy a part of you. Perhaps your hand, your face.
Oh,
But eating meat in Grammar is a grave offense. You will be banished immediately.
oh, all right. What about vegetable that tastes like meat?
That is fine.
Okay, then I can still make something for him. Uh, hmm. Well, how do we begin?
Well, we shall come back to you later.
Yep.
So that the other players don't fall asleep.
Go, go,
Chrome.
go.
Miko is not here. Miko should be the one up next. But we shall move. We shall skip to Sek'na.
Yes.
As for you, Sek'na, your conversation with Kes'na and your newfound freedom, you want to begin exploring yourself in more ways than one. So, what would be your goal now? Please stay in the script with what you sent me.
Oh,
Please stay in the script with what you sent me with your plans.
so Sek'na now having like low-key permission, or low-key permitting herself to be more open with others, forming deeper connections with people, not only to his brother. Sek'na would like to make new connections with people, forge deeper relationships with new people outside of the party, outside of his brother, and would like to go and explore more parts of the world, and would like to take on jobs that will require her to act as security for both um, important people, but mostly she would also like to partake in the world of arts. So she would maybe ask Tyrone to tap into his connections, find her some jobs that will allow her to um, work for famous artists, renowned performers, and yeah, so she would she would like to work for them both as security and muscle while learning to interact more with people, improving her social skills.
Mm. Well, go ask Bentley for permission first.
Yes,
Just kidding.
I shall now go to Bentley.
Okay. So you do the same thing. When you entered the Dark Nine's tower, you felt like the door should be locked, but when you tried, turning the knob, it just opens, for you. Hmm, a little bit odd, but yeah. And you look for Bentley's office. You see Streamcast's office adjacent to Bentley's. Just a small note, and yeah, you do you knock? Do you just enter? Do you just go in?
I would not, as a very decent person that I am.
I thought you'll just steal one of his relics too.
I mean, I shall see first.
All right. As you knock, you just hear a voice from inside. Um, Come in, Sek'na.
Ah, yes. Pardon me. I wish to talk about my annual plan for my training.
Yes, yes. Where will it be?
Well, I was hoping to have it all over the place, but maybe perhaps I do have one place in mind. Would it be possible for me to visit what was that called again? The moving metal.
Hyperion.
Yes, yes. It was quite a fascinating place, filled with very interesting people.
Unfortunately, we do not have a, a teleportation system set up for Hyperion, but the closest location to that would be Ironwick.
Hmm. Well, I haven't had a chance to visit Ironwick itself. Perhaps that will suffice.
I must say, Sek'na, I would like to know why you wish to go there. I thought you would be more similar to your brother, where you would train your physical strength, then go exploring.
Well, I have been thinking, and it would appear that everyone else is already focused in gathering strength, focusing and getting stronger. As for me, I've come to a conclusion that not everything needs to break into a fight, for not everyone can keep up, as evidently during your past battles. I've always known I had quite a grip or quite a skill in reading people. Perhaps it's time for me to further improve in that field.
Is that so? Read me. As he put both of his, he clasps both of his hands together as he's like setting it on the table. You look around his
Okay.
room. There's a lot of primal fish in various aquariums. There's a lot of collected items. Um, they seem personal. And also, there's a picture frame of Bentley and a Silvermane wolf that looks eerily familiar, or not familiar, sorry, eerily similar to Kairos. Uncanny, almost. If you, nah, I'm not gonna do an insight check because I can't give you any more information than that.
Okay. Well, you are a person who holds a lot, keeps a lot to himself. You hold yourself firm, although I can tell that you're the type that tends to be sentimental, not by materials, but perhaps with people. And I can tell that you've been growing fond with more people than you would like to admit. You
Would you
like staying independent, that there are risks in depending on others. But there are times that you do find yourself needing them, or at least those who tends to persist in giving you help.
would you have any evidence of this, or is this purely assumption?
Mm, Your trinkets. And then I describe his office, and then while I am describing his office, I also look to my compass and confirm. Um, I look into his element. What is his element right now?
Hmm. It would be. It would be cold. Some tinges of fire in there, but mostly cold. I'm
And then
hearing. I'm
yeah,
hearing Google.
yeah, who's taking
Who's?
LinkedIn courses right now?
Yeah, I'm hearing that too. I think it's Grayson. Grayson, is it you?
What is it?
We
Sorry.
can hear something. Yeah. Um,
Uh, in my mic? With my mic?
I think so. You're the only one moving. But anyways.
Let me. Okay.
Um, but yeah. So where were we? Sek'na, sorry. You were noticing something. You mentioned something.
I was describing like the trinkets and how his office is set up,
Mm.
and then as a final note, I also describe his. Does he have like scars on his face, physical scars?
Hmm. No, not right now. Not right now.
Ooh, what if can I like identify unnatural things on his face? Concealments, concealers,
Yes, you would notice that.
and and then yeah, I will also point that out. Um, the the product that you use to conceal your face is one proof of the mask that you put up to others.
Alright, there seems to be some merit with what you're saying. We will need a negotiator, so sure. You wish to go to Ironwick? I will assign you. I believe Tyrone is there at the moment. I believe you are already acquainted with him. You will join him and see if he has anything available for you. If not, then you shall do whatever you see fit.
Splendid. Tyrone does seem to be proven to be useful, especially with his compass.
Yes.
And, well, not only does coin and currency, but also whispers tend to move around in the world of commerce. And I believe that is what we need more moving forward. More information, more connections.
Mm. You have my permission. You may leave as soon as you wish.
Much appreciated.
And if you don't mind, I'll just go through with it, okay?
Yes, sir.
Alright. This will be pretty long, so everyone else just I'm so sorry. It's going to be, one of those sessions. Um After getting approval from Bentley, you are tasked to look for Tyrone in Ironwick and work with him while you explore yourself. And as you are teleported to the grand city of Ironwick, you are immediately dazzled by the blinding lights, loud music, weird fashion, and clean architecture. You are impressed with their technology and magic. You see people walking around with what looks like to you like glowing runes all over their clothes and ornament. You even see some people have tattoo like marks that are glowing on their skin or fur. There is a giant dome that surrounds the city, large buildings, flying ships, um, moving metal wagons, and after gawking and like standing around, you are immediately greeted by a man who introduces himself as Milo, which is um, a dog that looks like Hung from Arknights. And we don't need to roleplay this. Um, you explain your situation with him as you're looking for someone named Tyrone. He immediately directs you to a local merchants guild, where you are actually able to find him. Upon meeting Tyrone, you see him running a small business. He has a various of trinkets and water-themed ornaments. Can you make me a history check or religion? Which one is higher? If you're in the game, that is. I guess you're not. You're lagging. You're like 5,000 ping. Never mind. You don't notice it. It's just water themed, Just water themed. um, he tells you that, he's surprised. He tells you a few things. That first thing is that Hyperion had crashed in the middle of nowhere in the frozen expanse. That there was this, tragedy that happened at Hyperion. And if you're looking for Lola, she would be in the cultural hub in the city.
Oh, then with um, just the right amount of concern, I will look for Lola urgently. for I believe she was on the ship for the most part.
Yep. And this scene, sorry if it's a bit fast. I just need to get things done. Immediately cuts to Sek'na. Waiting after quite some time to meet with Lola. You tell her secretaries and guards that you're familiar with her, and after some time, you weren't let in. It's Lola that comes out, and Sek'na, it's so surprising to see you here. What can I do for you? She shakes your hands.
Lola, well,
This isn't
this isn't a
related.
pleasant surprise.
This isn't related to the Hyperion crash, is it?
Well, it should be. Are you alright? You
Oh,
were you not on the ship when it happened?
um, no. I was on a break. I was taken somewhere else. Let's not talk about it here. Um, you know who is involved in that.
I see. With great insight, I catch her drift.
Well, I'd love to show you around. Secretary, please clear the rest of my day. Remove shopping. Maybe we can actually shop for clothes, so keep that in our schedule. Remove rehearsals, and remove that meeting and press conference later in the evening. We'll have dinner with Sek'na. You guys will love her. She looks very good in a suit.
Oh, that I do. I'm looking forward to wearing one of your attires again.
Well, maybe you can't wear one of my one of my clothes shows, but you can definitely take a look at my wardrobe. I have so many stuff that I can share to you. Um, anyways, let's go tour. Then you guys basically spend your first day in Ironwick, um, you know, touring all over the city. At first, you rode these metallic wagons that are zooming past the entire outskirts of the city, and then eventually you ride these long, still the same metallic wagon, but it's tied onto some cables that are sending you up um, high into the city, where you have an entire bird's eye view of the entire domed city. She explains how everything is powered by a large furnace that also heats up the entire city of Ironwick. It's also their source of energy. How animals have integrated technology and magic to their everyday lives. The culture of the hardworking and creative people of Ironwick. Their history of countless revolutions in the past. How people are earning a living. How rich corporations focus on profits, and how that directly affects the common people. The tragedy of the protogen's low lifespan. And as you listen to all of Lola's stories, you just feel excited and lost in all of the details. You begin to become curious, but a small thought crosses your mind, just a small bit. You are reminded of Marsh. But before you can even gather your thoughts, Lola's show is about to begin. And I believe at this point you probably have a conversation with Lola about you being a guard for now. And it's your first shift. You immediately start. At first, the loud music nearly deafened your ears. But as you continue to work on several nights, you become used to it. Her fans cause trouble here and there, but they aren't exactly, a problem for you. Eventually, you notice a few specific individuals who you always see attending Lola's concert. And I suggest other players, start listening. This is a really big thing for Sek'na. And Sek'na, tell me if it's wrong, okay? But I think you'll like what I have prepared. I'm just not sure if I captured what you want. Um, in any case, you always see a few people attending Lola's concerts. On one occasion, out of curiosity, you simply ask them why they keep attending Lola's concert. And they said that she inspires them to keep living, and that her music helps them cope to get them through rough days. Eventually, you run into them again and again, and one time after the show, they look for you, and you two talk for a while. Eventually, it became a tradition between you two, and after months of talking and getting to know each other, would you confess or would they confess to you?
I think they would confess.
They confess to you, seeking a deeper connection. Um, and what is your response?
My response will be immediately a physical connection, like an obsessed freak. And the moment of confession, Sek'na would like suddenly go in for like a, s- a like a lightning strike esque of a kiss.
Okay.
Like cutting their sentences.
Well, okay. You happily accepted their feelings and you went on countless dates with them. But one day, they were so stressed about work and lashed out at you. They stopped attending Lola's concerts and you felt lonely once again. You talk to Lola about your situation, and she explains that her fans are weird sometimes. So she she set you up for a blind date. A dragon man from the engineering district, and you actually enjoyed this man's presence. They are hardworking, curious about the world too, and because of their nature of their work, he's pretty strong. You go with him to the gym every day, immediately forming a deep connection with them. You had your second kiss. You had your first expensive date where you two got to eat at the penthouse at some inclusive hotel. But after a couple of weeks of dating, the Dragon Man was promoted at his workplace. Going to the gym together for him became difficult. He started going to the gym less often until never at all. And after waiting and waiting, sadness became frustrations, which led into arguments and eventually breaking up, and then loneliness again. While at your worst, you begin to start a habit of visiting a local bar. By the way, is this okay?
Yes.
Okay, good. While at your worst, you begin to start a habit of visiting the local bar where you meet a very beautiful and charismatic panther. Intoxicated, you vented out your feelings to her, and she did so to you as well. She talked about her uptight, rich parents is forcing her to study and take up their business, but she has no interest in it. And do you share your history with her?
I share my history with men and how they're so fragile and can't keep up with me.
Okay. Um, and when you continue to talk to her, you notice that she has a very good way with her words. A way with words that you've never encountered before. Her soft purring, buttery smooth voice, her soft fur, her gleaming and radiant eyes. And before you know it, after spending days flirting with her, intoxicated once more, you find yourself in bed with her, exchanging words of love you always were curious to explore and crave, touching each other in places you never dreamt of touching before, experiencing an evening filled with lustful and satiating carnal desires. Until morning broke, until morning broke your heart. She is nowhere to be seen. Nowhere to be seen for days, then weeks. At the local bar you spend time often in, you were told that she was an adventurer who loves to lie people for sexual pleasure. Once again, you find yourself alone. So far, your exploration had only led you to pain and has not fulfilled your longing for connection. So you try a different approach. You commit yourself to pleasure, low commitment, intimacy, and short term relationships with both men and women. After work, you hang out at the bar, flirting with anyone interested, have fun, and take them to a hotel nearby. If you're unsuccessful in your hunt, you just visit the local brothel and taste the delicacies there instead. You feel satisfied, free, and finally open about yourself. It feels like a huge weight had been lifted off from your shoulders. And on one evening, as you enter the bar, you get a strange feeling. However, you pay no mind to it and start drinking. Drinking and drinking, and while you're having a conversation with a man, you get a strange feeling again. Suddenly, your eyes burst in colors and elemental magic. You begin seeing everyone in their elemental states. You see threads between them, how you could manipulate them, change them to your will, your experience with people, their motivations, their feelings, they're ever changing or static. You realize that strange feeling you were getting is actually coming from your compass. But before you could investigate, the barrage of colors make you feel nauseous and you puke on the floor. And with the mess you've made, you were escorted out by a little cute mouse. Alright. Let it all out, Blueberry. To think a Black Compass member would be drinking themselves like this in a bar. Aren't you in a mission? Her words at first didn't register in your mind until you realized that she mentioned the Black Compass. Your turn.
I am. Who are you?
My name is Sunday. I'm a spy for the Black Compass. I heard that there was someone else working here, and I was kinda curious, so I checked you out. You're lucky I was here. You made a mess back there. And I shall show in stream. I have an artwork for them. If I can find it. Sunday. Oop, they're so small. Let me try that again. Wait for me. Sunday.
Can't wait to bark this tree.
There you go. They're on stream.
My god.
Luigi.
Oh, wow.
Wait, I can see it's moving.
And she's like 3 foot tall. Like she doesn't, like she barely reaches your waist.
Hmm. Your size fits well with your job description. You're so small I could put you in my mouth.
Okay. You're clearly intoxicated. Let's go to my place. This isn't, come on. And she's like pulling your arm, away.
Yeah, I follow. I'm seeing double probably.
Okay. As you're clearly intoxicated, you don't remember much what happened afterwards. All you know is that in the morning, you just hear like them cooking something in the kitchen. It's a very normal apartment that she has, like very normal, nothing like personal in it. Very boring. Very basic stuff only, and just to make this go faster, since I want to do one last scene before Lumen goes to his meeting. Um, is there anything in particular that you want to say to her? Like final dialogue before we move on.
Do am I sober or am I still drunk?
Let's say that you're getting sober.
How long have you been a spy? Doesn't mean being a spy. Being a sp- doesn't being a spy mean people not knowing who you truly are.
Well, I'm a spy outside the Black Compass, Blueberry. Um, for you guys, I'm Sunday.
For what I know of spies, they tend to use fake names. Is that even who you truly are? Not that I care.
Who knows? Well, since you clearly don't care, then I don't need to share it. But I do have a responsibility, I suppose, to keep watch of Black Compass members. I thought I would be able to use you for some of my missions. But from what I can tell, you've been spending most of your time in that bar.
Use me. Perhaps I can use you.
Okay. I'm not gonna be bossed around by someone who spends most of their time drinking.
That is what you call tactical drinking. Drinking, for what I know, is one of the most famous social activities to partake in with people. I'm trying to be more social.
Well, try breakfast then. She brings like a plate of food in front of you, and you are hungry. Um, you haven't had anything to eat after you spilled your dinner last night. Um, just we'll sort it. We'll sort this out. Just eat for now. Come on.
Yeah, and then I eat.
Yeah. And before you know it, you spend a lot of time with Sunday, um, actually working on missions, perhaps brig- begrudgingly. What the fuck is that word?
Begrudgingly.
Begrudgingly. Um, After a couple of weeks, you realize that you have a new understanding of yourself and people has changed your compass. You don't get a bio feature, you get a compass feature. Um, you gain this compass feature, charm elements. You learn the charm person, command, and calm emotion spell. Additionally, elemental primals have disadvantage against your spells using this feature. You can use this feature once per long rest or spend 1 key point to use it again.
OMG. Good for neutralizing crowds. As a bodyguard.
Yeah, and you guys do some hijinks all over, corporate espionage. You steal some magic items or trade, and stuff like that. And just the thing, one last note. Um, Sunday is a very normal person outside of work. It's just she's very abrasive. She's very, you know, normal. Like she doesn't have large aspirations in life. She just wants to get by. Um, and you know, maybe there's something to that you might like or dislike. But whenever you challenge her, she like fights back at whatever you say. And that's kind of like the dynamic that you have right now.
Yeah, definitely, I like her.
Yep, it's a her, definitely.
Ah.
Anyways, um, we go to a scene first. This should have been the final scene, but I'm worried that Lumen might not be back for it. So, um, a quick change of pace. This is normally how I end my session, so if it's okay with you guys, more
It's okay.
cutscenes. I'm so sorry.
Uh huh.
Oh, wrong song.
No problem.
Um, okay, reset ng mood, guys. Reset, reset. So many
Rewind time,
cutscenes.
everybody.
So many cutscenes.
The camera
Yeah, because we're
pans
Filipinos. We're all cut.
to a different scene.
On a hazy sunset, in the outskirts of the seven-walled forts of Dawn Republic, we see a singular, hulking man with a giant sword on his back in the distance. As the camera shot changes to a close-up shot, we see this hulking man is wearing thick fur wrappings on his shoulders and back, jet black heavy armor with various holy symbols engraved on the plates, while the edges of the armor are tinged with red highlights that oozes with blood and power. His helmet completely obscures his head. But then, there's this creepy, jagged smile across the face where hot blood seems to spill that never runs out. The blood drips and seemingly returns to the armor, and the cycle continues. On the audience note or perspective, the jagged smile is eerily similar to Lumen's Mo. Just making a connection there. The man stops walking and looks into the sunset as clouds begin to form in the distance. The shot then suddenly changes to him walking by the gates. As armed men point their crossbows and weapons at him, he is undeterred and walks up the gate, looking up at the men, clearly fearful of his presence. One of the guards, whispers to another, Is he a knight? I don't know, but he's coming from the homeland. Uh, were we breached? While the guards gawk, the knight pulls his heavy sword and places on the dirt. The sword melts the earth like butter and seemingly sinks slightly. The searing heat causes the dirt to turn into mud, then lava, then it hardens, embedding the sword in place. The knight looks up again, then towards the door. I don't know, man. This guy looks like trouble. The other guard says, but laws dictate that we open the gates for any knight that wish to enter the walled forts. As the guard turns to face the knight, good day to you, sir. Are you... As the guards look back, the man is no longer there. Just the sword stuck on the earth by itself. The camera shifts as we see the man walking in the middle of the village, at first unnoticed. But as men begin to see, they quiver. Women start taking their children away, as everywhere this man went, light seemed to dim and darkness followed him. Then he stops to stare at an alleyway. The camera pans diagonally and zooms in. We go through this man's memories. We see him Still cladded in armor, his head covered, we see him dragging a woman, a pregnant woman. The woman screams and yells, "Where are you taking me? Let me go! I appreciate everything you've done, but..." Before the woman was able to finish, she was dragged from the alley and onto the main cobblestone road, looking up at a small noble house in the seven-walled fort. House 4. 4 as in FOR. "You will stay here. Raise our child." As she looks up from the floor after being dragged, her eyes tracing the foundations of the house onto the windows and to the roof. As the camera pans, the scene transitions from a vibrant summer afternoon into a gloomy, dark, early evening as we return to the present day. The final embers of the sunset tainting the cobblestone red. The man staring at the sign labeled House 4. And at that point, various footsteps come rushing in from behind. Several guards have made their way to the road and have drawn their swords at the man. But he paid them no mind and walked up to the door and pushed the door open without much resistance, despite being locked from the other side. From within, various handmaidens run and hide behind pillars as more guards draw their spears and bows pointed towards the knight. He makes himself welcome into the building. His presence alone snuffs out all the torches, candles, and lights within the room. The room becomes completely dark. Nothing but the moonlight and his blood-tinged armor and his pair of red, intimidating eyes. He walks inwards, and all the doors, weapons, and guards within the room become covered in red light. Then after a few seconds, the light turns into blood, binding them in place. With a deep voice, he says, "Cassandra Lightpaw." One of the nobles trapped within the room gasped and with a trembling voice said, I believe she went missing many years ago." All of the handmaidens nod their head. "We believe she went missing with her son, Lumen." The hulking knight raises their hand, but due to their size, they hit a low-hanging chandelier. As he turns around, the wind blowing his heavy fur coat as the camera focuses behind him. He then leaves the room from the doorway, and when he opens his paw, his entire body and armor turns into blood as he vanishes from thin air. As soon as he disappears, all the fire from the candles, torches, and even the chandelier that fell on the floor flicker and burn normally once again, restoring light. The entire village begins, all of their torches or their lights begin emerging one by one. The camera snaps back at the gate as the blood manifests at the hilt of the sword as he grips it, pulls it seamlessly from the obsidian plate, and doing so, he puts it on his back and he immediately makes his exit and does not look back. And that should be the end of the session, but in case the Lumen might not be here with the meeting and such.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. But
We
yeah,
found your
Someone's
daddy.
looking for
you guys,
Lumen. OMG.
oh my god.
Hey, Bates is dead. Just kidding.
Oh my god. I literally said raise our son.
Yep.
Daddy issues.
Yep.
Oh my god, daddy issues number 3. Let's go.
Oh no, number
I
3.
told you guys,
Oh,
all of
great.
you made very similar
Similar
stories.
story.
All
Oh my
right.
god.
I'm gonna
Daddy
head out.
issues?
'Cause meeting.
Well,
Sure thing,
Uh,
sure
two
thing.
of the dads are dead though, so like,
Mine's
Two of the
alive. Let's
dads.
go.
Mine's alive.
I have
at
2
least
dads.
Oh my
someone's
God, oh my
father.
God.
I have two dads.
At least,
I have 2
Oh my God.
dads.
Our mom, wait,
at least some,
Kairos, our moms are dead. We're Disney princesses.
I don't have
Honestly,
mine.
we are.
at least,
Someone already.
at least
Alright, I gotta
someone's
go.
father came back from getting the milk.
Bro.
Enjoy, enjoy
Came
the
back
rest
after a
of
couple
the
of years.
session, guys.
Sure
I'm gonna
thing,
go.
sure
Go.
thing.
Yeah, me and
proceed,
Kairos are
proceed.
just here.
Bye.
Prepare well, prepare well.
See
Good luck with
ya.
the meeting. But yeah,
Me and
Alright.
Kairos are
Um,
just here.
let's go back to some, good vibes. Let's go back to some good vibes.
Thank you for watching the session. Just kidding.
Why are we here? Why are we here?
This is the side effect.
Alright, let's go back to Grayson, Kairos, and Everett, shall we?
You
Yeah,
forgot my
happy,
name,
happy
huh?
music. Happy music. No, I'm doing something else at the same time. Happy music, guys.
wait.
Yes.
By the way, if you haven't noticed, Fion is here.
Oh shit.
Shut
Well-
up!
Sorry,
Fion
I must
can wait a
snitch
little
out.
bit longer. Okay.
Let Fion
So-
rest. They just got home.
Grayson, Kairos, and Everett, the 3 of you stay in the orienting compass, and you're stuck with Bentley. Let's start off with Grayson first.
Yeah.
For Grayson, you spend the first few months teaching Kairos how to use his gun, but over the course of those months, you begin to notice. I have to fuck me. You guys can tell who I did not prep for.
Sorry na.
No, you're fine. Your one is easy. You notice that Kairos is very, very sleepy and tired most of the time. And this, you can roleplay this too, Kairos. This is happening at the same time. Like, most of the time, like, he's really tired or sleepy. And for you, Kairos, after your training, you immediately just want to go to sleep in your bed. And Grayson begins to notice this, and it's really affecting your practice and your training. Like, it looks like Kairos is not in it. Like, he's always tired.
Yeah. Kairos, guess there's no need to speak like that while I'm alone with you. Kairos, be honest with me. Have you been getting enough sleep?
For you-
Enough.
For you, Kairos,
ahead.
as far as you know, you're trying to get as much sleep as possible. You're sleeping more than normally.
Again, come again.
You're trying to get as much sleep as possible.
Okay.
Actually, you're sleeping more than 8 hours a day.
Well, I am getting a full night's rest, but let's just say my energy hasn't come back for a while. And I would like to apologize.
I move closer to Kairos and like very handsily. Never handsy like in a weird way, but like, you know how like a doting mom would like tignan yung ulo under their eyes and in the ears,
He
like
has really baggy
inspecting him.
eyes.
like could have fooled me. I mean, you're not really beaming with energy considering what you just told me a while ago. In fact, if I didn't know you personally, I would assume that you are someone that's not taking this training seriously. I'm doing my best adjusting our regiments, but this symptom that you're experiencing right now, it's taking a toll on our training, and I hate to say it, but If your aim is this sloppy, I don't think you can use the gun even half as well as I did when I started training under my fiance. My aim was better the first time I was holding a gun even. So I need to know and understand what's going on with you. I'm worried.
It's very hard to explain, to be honest, but Grayson or Claudio, do you do you trust me? Like 100%?
I ponder for a moment and just look at you with a slightly endearing expression. I've grown to trust you, Kairos. You especially, I mean. Maybe in the beginning, not completely, since we were strangers. That's expected. But right now, I feel like I know you got my back.
Well, well, maybe I can share some stuff, but I don't want you to tell the others just yet. And I
Don't
don't
tell a
want
soul.
you. Okay. Well, I'm actually feeling overwhelmed lately. Because I heard from someone is that I've been using my abilities wrongly. And so I'm suffering the consequences of it. Mm, uh, you see, like, well, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm being, um, well, hunted by other people, other person, and it's just, it's overwhelming. That's why I've been trying to train with you, even though my energy is not back yet. So, can you can you do me a favor, Grayson?
Listen, Kairos.
When my other, when the other hunters or the hunters appear, I want you to disarm them, and I want you to group them. I don't want you to kill them. That is.
See,
Yeah, I want to talk to them.
these
If
people
that's
hunting
okay.
you.
Hmm.
Why are these people hunting you?
Well, I did a mistake, and I'm I'm learning how to fix it, and learning how to handle the consequences of it.
So, go back home.
Me?
Yeah.
Um, no. I'd rather train here with you than go back to my house. Well, I certainly enjoyed our training, and I'm pretty sure that I learned more here than there. They tend to be um, a bit down and insensitive.
I chuckle a little bit and then pat you on the head. Well, suppose we have more in common than it's the eye. I can't
So,
exactly go back home either.
mhm. Say, Grayson, was it easy to be someone else? Oh wait, it's it. Claudio, is it easy to be someone else?
Well, I wouldn't consider myself as acting to be someone else completely. More like was acting like someone I wanted to be.
The persona,
I
then.
Yeah, I did tell you that most of the things I told you about being a mercenary, I were stories from my fiance, Blake. I would always hear these wild, crazy adventures Blake gets to that are borderline dangerous. Sometimes he would come back home bloodied, and I would be yelling at him over and over. But I'm always looking forward to hearing those stories from him. No matter how dangerous they are, and no matter how many times he worries me to death, I was always eager to be in the same adventures that he did. Granted, I did my own set of mischief, but I never went outside the Republic the first time even before I met you guys. So, I pretended to be him, to be Blake. I already lost my real family, and he was the only person I could ever believe in. So, even though he told me not to, I did. I decided to be a part of our group. Is it hard? Very hard. If I'll be honest, I don't even know if I'm doing the right thing. But I do know that you guys need me. And I need all of you. So that's why I put the hand on your cheek. So I need you to be okay. And if there's anything wrong, I need you to be honest with me. And I promise I will return the same honesty with you guys.
Mm-hmm. I am honest. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
But I am yeah, I am honest, and yeah, if it's okay, maybe we can shift some parts of our training. You did say that you need help with the rapier. Maybe we can
Well-
put the gun training in break.
Well, considering you want me to non-lethally pursue or apprehend your hunters, I can't do that with a gun, Kairos. If I shoot them, they're gone. Very least,
Gun.
I can mitigate the power of my thrusts with my rapier.
Mhm.
So, it'll be easier to rally them up and have your way with them.
I agree. And another thing though, considering that you are eloquent, is it okay if I when they appear, the hunters, is it okay if you tell the other keeps to like not kill them, or like just group them and make them safe, disarm them and stuff?
If ever we see these hunters, I'll specifically tell the team, don't kill them. How about that?
Mhm. Well, it's going to be hard. They are a bit confusing, but I know you got my back.
Always, Kairos. I'm gonna give you a hug.
Yeah, and you just see Kairos just as like hard, no, stiff. Like you know that he doesn't.
Huh?
No, not that type of stiff. Not that type of stiff. But like no, not that type of stiff.
Shifting
Like,
between realities again.
not that
Is
type of
this
stiff.
your
But like
kink?
you know. No, like you know that you know that Kairos doesn't like receive a lot of hugs, so that's why when you hug him, like he
He
I don't know how
stiffens.
stiff. Yeah, stiffens. That term.
Or tense up.
Oh, tense.
Okay.
Yeah,
Stiff,
tense
no.
up.
Thank you
Look
everyone
into
for
my mind
saving
is
an awful
stiff.
situation. I was about to feel something. Is that your compass or are you just happy
Something
to
is
see
becoming
me?
stiff.
Okay.
You're becoming stiff.
It's
What the
becoming
fuck?
stiff.
Alright. I'm like, hey, why don't you do me a favor, Carlos?
Mhm. Well, you did mine, so go ahead. Elaborate.
I want you to be more open with your feelings.
Well, I can certainly try. I've been trying. And
Because out here, you are not a butler. You're our ally. You're a friend. All I want from you is to be able to understand you to the best of my abilities. And I can't do that if you're always putting up a front. I've already peeled off my persona for you guys. So, you don't need to be someone who you feel like you're not.
well, how about yeah, I've been trying to communicate and yeah, it's not a front, but it's just that I have a hard time communicating with other peoples. And yeah, I even felt guilty of what I said with Sek'na back in the raft. More I feel like feel like I didn't see her in that way.
I see. Then how about let's start this way?
Hmm?
Tell me what you really think about me.
Hmm. Well, feels like yeah, uh, Sek'na is strong, but mm, Sek'na is strong, but she needs to prioritize herself too, like what you said with her. And I hope she is fine up there.
Having breakfast somewhere.
Mm. Yeah, I guess that's
Matching
my
si
read on
Sekna.
her now. When we were in the raft, I didn't view her as someone that is real. It's just I expected a lot. An expected version, not the real version. You
See.
understand, right?
Well, how about me? What do you think about me despite my dishonesty beforehand?
Hmm. Trust is very important to a tempest, so I was a bit shocked. But now it's fine. I came to process it, and well, let's just say that you reminded me a bit of my father. Love will make you do the most craziest things. Mm, yeah, I understand that your reason of being
Understand yours
dishonest.
too.
Say, Grayson did say that
Yeah.
I'm not a butler when I'm in here. What if I don't? I mean, I'm working on to be someone like to have freedom when I reach the highest tier, but what if I just skip that part? Do you think it's okay? Or is it too abrupt?
I think that you should not be thinking about any of that. We've got ways to go, much to learn. You'll get there when you get there. Thinking ahead might just sour the process.
Sour the process? I
I
thought it
mean,
was just the process.
well, I'm just saying you don't need to get too ahead of yourself thinking that far ahead. You think I know what you think I already know how to help my fiance get out of the whatever
Nightbringer?
problem he has? I don't. I really don't. But I feel like if I just keep going, the answers will come eventually.
Mm-hmm. I guess. I Garrett's just like, I guess we should stay at the present then.
Yeah,
Present.
that's why we have
I'll
talks for.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Now, shall we go back to training? The rapier stuff?
All right, keep your gun. Keep your gun. We don't want to accidentally damage it while we're sparring. Something tells me that you're just as good with with the blade as I am with the gun. It's been a while since I've used this,
You
honestly.
just see Kairos just wags his tail. But he keeps his gun away. Not like leave it in our room, just like hides it in his belt. Do like that.
Unfortunately, Grayson, despite the heartfelt conversation, that does not help Kairos' tiredness during training.
Come again?
Sorry.
Yeah, you were cutting a
Um,
bit. DM.
Yeah, you're
That
cutting.
does not help, despite the heartfelt conversation. That does not help Kairos's tiredness.
Oof, and he just goes back to. Um, I guess you should check on Everett first before we do.
If anything comes up, just say something. Or maybe you should check out the Centrum's Infirmary, you know? Maybe they'll have something to
Mhm.
help you. Has it been happening for a while already?
Yes. It's been a while. It has been a while.
Please see the infirmary.
Yeah, I'll see it soon.
Go on. Gotta check on Everett next.
Mhm.
As for you, Everett, actually, can we skip you?
Oh no.
You're choppy, sorry.
Me? It's so good.
Let's go to Fion first.
Bark, bark, bark.
Yes.
Fion shouldn't be
Yep,
too
no
long.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
I'm just scrolling for guns.
I'm just
while
waiting.
listening.
I'm just waiting for
Huwag kang tumawa. Kairos.
the internet to go back. Well, Discord. Discord's having an issue.
Yo. Is it raining there? Or
Nope.
no? Damn.
Okay. So, Fion, as for you, as you have a year to spend for training, you look for people to ask for advice on who to train with regarding your gravity powers. For the sake of, expedite, Bentley refers you to Madam Megan. She is adept with both elemental and astral sorcery. She can assist you. So you look for her tower in the Human Resources Department. A secretary, a cheetah, named Shane, as is on his shirt, greets you. Madam Megan is currently on an errand at the moment. Would you like some starlight tea in the meantime?
Sure.
Good. Then he goes up, goes to a small kitchenette at the side, makes a cup of tea for you, and after some time waiting, Madam Megan arrives, wearing a beautiful ornate purple dress, with a basket of. I'm just gonna lower down the music a little bit. With a basket full of flowers and berries. Ooh, to what do I owe the pleasure of a handsome young man in my office? I didn't forget any paperwork now, did I?
No. I was looking for you personally.
Oh, for us? Oh, yes, go ahead. Do you wish to speak in private or is this personal?
Would it be alright if it's in private?
Of course. Bring your tea with you. I shall bring. Shane, please bring me one starlight tea as well. Thank you so much. Then she escorts you to her office. Once again, please sit. To what do I owe the pleasure? As she's taking the basket like one by one, like looking at the flowers, placing it in a vase on her desk.
They're very pretty. Sir Bentley recommended me to you for some help with my magic.
Gravity magic, right?
Yes.
It seems that your potential have surfaced even more lately, as it seems. Of course, I'd love to teach you, but I would like to warn you, I don't work very well with rule breakers. Oh, just kidding. Not like I would know anything about that. And she just waves her hand towards you.
Yeah.
Well, let's get started. Then she just, begins. Like, she just, like, sits back on her chair. Um, Gravity begins at understanding space. How everything is connected through an invisible force that we cannot see. But let's do something that we can see. See this cup of tea. The tea's fate is to be consumed by myself. The tea is matter. It's what makes the tea. Its destiny is to be consumed by me in time. But how did it end up here? It wasn't, put there by anything else. It was put there by force. Gravity magic is essentially an extension of that force. You can weave through the force as Madame Megan stirs the tea using magic to make things move. You can pierce through space as Madame Megan flickers her fingers to make the tea fall into a portal and appear on her other hand to make it teleport. You can create space as Madame Megan claps both of her hands together and opens a sphere of control where the tea floats around in the middle. You can even disassemble it, tear it apart, then put it back together again as Madame Megan makes the tea scatter in individual droplets. But this takes incredible amount of concentration though. And lastly, you can even use this force to bend magic itself, as things created by magic are a physical manifestation of energy too. She creates like sparks of lightning from her paw or hand. This is physical energy now. From magical energy, physical energy. Then she's like swapping the energy around. And also, there's a darker side of gravity magic. There are things called the black hole. If you condense enough gravity in a single point, you can create a black hole, which combines all of the things I've mentioned. It pulls things in, creates a space, pierces through it, but instead of teleporting them somewhere else, it completely dematerializes them. Not even light or souls can escape. An effective, dangerous, but very difficult to master way to deal with things. But for now, for your training, where would you like to start?
You can just see Fion with a mouth agape. I um I I could start with portals, I guess.
Okay. You begin your training for a couple of weeks. Let's see here. You can already move simple objects around by force. So, instead, for teleportation, instead of making things move through a physical force, you instead focus on two spaces at once and channeling them together, forming a connection between the points, then pulling them together to create a portal, essentially. However, over the course of weeks and months, as you're trying to grasp this, idea of teleportation portals, you become increasingly distracted as you feel that you are with someone else. You feel him around you, watching you as you train. As weeks become months, your
Ang pangit ng pwesto naman.
oh,
Hindi comfortable eh.
Chrome.
Sorry.
as as weeks become months, your progress is severely hindered by this. Whenever you try to make contact with that him as well, you just feel like you're being watched. But you get the feeling that they don't want to bother you.
Oh, is this my time to speak? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you can react to it. If not, I can just keep going.
It seems you're not trying to bother me, but I feel you, and I don't think that's helping.
Oh, I'm sorry. I could just go.
No, it's okay. I just need a moment alone. But thank you for being there.
Okay, then you just feel the force just vanish, and after that, um, you seem to get a grasp of the concept much quicker now. After a few more months of training, the distractions seemingly stop. Madam Megan is impressed and moves on to creating spheres of control. She makes you imagine an empty cup, and now you need to expand it to space. Make it exist through sheer willpower and thought. When you open your eyes, you see an orb of space as you see particles of magic floating around from within. Then at the end of your training, you combine everything you've learned so far, but no matter how hard you try, you cannot conjure a black hole. That's for higher level. And that's pretty much where your training ends. However, Madam Megan has a few words. Oh, don't worry. I was just curious if you could manifest it. It's not a simple thing that you can learn within months. So, you don't have to feel so bad about it. But, if I may, Fion, I would like to get to know you more. I didn't want to pry before, but I want to know, considering how much time we've spent together. What is it that you seek in life?
And what?
What is it that you seek in life?
I forgot the word. Hold on.
You don't think about life?
I'm
Like,
like,
I
it's
can't
not.
because I'm dead inside.
I'm trying. Words. I hate this. I want.
Oh my
To
god, ang lakas ng ulan!
compensate.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my god, I
Wait.
heard that.
oh my god, you,
It's Fion's fault. No.
Ella. Yeah, I just conjured up. Okay, sorry.
yes. Well, the rain is now done here. It's now there. Apparently, it's not going to
Like,
last
holy
long because
shit! Like, oh my god,
Yes.
the rain is so strong! Oh my goodness, like,
it is.
zero visibility outside, the wind is fucking
Yes.
mad.
You know the funny thing about that, Kuko? It's not going to last long,
It
and it's
just...
just going to heat up the
No,
surroundings
no,
more
no,
because
it's so
everything
strong. It's so strong.
will temporarily.
No, it's
But
really
it won't
strong.
last.
Not raining here.
Oh
Not raining
damn!
here.
I'm actually surprised
Anyways,
that it rained here first on my end before Kukusen.
we're fucking hundreds of miles away.
That's true.
Well, maybe not hundreds. I don't know. What do you value in life?
My the people I love.
Love is a powerful thing. That force is one tier below the most powerful kind of force of all. Rain. I mean, hope. But I believe you embody that too. Trust me, that is something we have in common. I wouldn't be able to achieve half of what I've done if not for the person, um, if not for the love I have for myself. Make an insight check.
Oh my god. Wait,
Oh,
I'm
good.
so far. Hold on. Where am I? How do I roll? Myself? I can't see myself. How do I do this?
Here you go. You're in the map. Just very, very small.
Ooh, thank you so much. Insight. I'm blind. Ow.
Well, you just understand that, she has, maybe she has, like, you just know that she loves herself.
I see. That's great for you. But thank you for the words.
There might be more to that. It's just you rolled really low on your
Yeah,
insight.
yeah.
It's a very weird thing to say, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm sure if you continue down your path, your destiny is, perhaps your destiny is already set in stone, and you are merely being pulled towards it. Or you will push your own way through your destiny that you seek. I'd say, I'm very proud of your developments. Hold your head up, Fion. You are a lot stronger than you think.
Thank you, really. I don't know what else to say.
It's fine. You can show your appreciation through actions and your contributions to the Black Compass. You have nothing to worry about. Not to me, at least. Has Bentley been treating you all well?
Yeah. Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Good to
He's
hear.
been treating us well.
Sometimes I worry about that kid. Then, it just trails off to normal, like, casual conversation after that point. You learn not one, but two bio features, just so that you can catch up with the rest of the team.
Hey,
You learn warping step. It's better than what Everett has. You learn the Misty
How
Step
dare you!
spell.
Oh
and
my
whenever
god.
you use this feature, you can immediately make one melee attack after you teleport. You can use this feature once per short rest, or spend one key point to use it again. And also, bio feature, Sphere of Control. As an action, you point towards a space within 30 feet of you that you can see and affect the gravity within 20 foot of the point that you choose. You can do the following within the area. Make all objects and creatures weightless. You can make the area heavier, or make all creatures within the area take 3d6 force damage. You can use this feature once per long rest, or spend 2 key points to use it again.
Whoa.
All good?
Yes.
Alright. Let's go back to Grayson.
Hello.
Grayson.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, you didn't hear me the first time. Sige. Okay.
Yeah, you're good. I'm going to play
You wanna?
different music for you.
Am I going to have
Good luck,
depression
Grayson.
again?
No, depression. You love depression. Okay, that might not be a good thing to say. Sorry.
What?
That's crazy though.
Man. No.
That's crazy. Me? Depressed? Never.
Impossible.
Seeing that Kairos is not able to pull himself together, um, over the course of the next few months, when you're not training with Kairos at least, you push yourself to the limit with your angel form, starting off on just quick bursts of light bullets, then increasing the tempo and intensity, where you would continuously use your angel form in extended periods of time. You also improve your endurance, as whenever you transform, you feel as if your body is burning from the radiant energy. You feel like there is an imbalance within you that's causing the pain. So you focus. You have something that you want to achieve. What object do you use to look for the thing that you want to achieve? I feel like this is
I think
Dora.
you're cutting off.
No, I'm not
Sorry,
cutting
say
off.
it again.
I'm hearing Pandora's box or something.
Blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Something that's doing
I really.
work.
Ice cream.
You feel like that there is an
Oh,
imbalance
yes.
within you that's causing the pain. So you focus. You have something you want to achieve. What object do you use to find the path?
I use my compass.
Good. Okay, because some people don't use it.
I use my gun.
I use my gun.
I use my gun.
So you focus. But your mind is constantly filled with thoughts of Blake. Is he safe? Is he alive? For many nights, you are tormented by these thoughts, and it feels like the compass isn't showing you anything. But then you realize maybe Blake is the answer. You concentrate again, and you let your thoughts of Blake continue to play out in your mind. A voice echoes. A voice echoes. It tells you something you've heard before. You find yourself back at the ruined castle, where the twisted version of Everett caught you and ripped your face off. But it seems that the battle is over. You're standing on the ledge.
Adieu.
Yeah,
You're cutting off. Sorry.
Hey, you're going in and out.
The
Sorry.
cutoff makes this scarier.
Yeah, like suddenly you're like saying one sentence and all of a sudden you're saying another sentence like yeah,
I'm
I
going
think it's
to-
because of the weather, Jan.
Mall buying candies.
No,
Okay.
I blame fucking Discord.
Okay.
This was happening when we started, and that it wasn't raining then.
Probably
I
it's the
see.
internet being unstable.
No, it's not my internet. I refuse. Anyways,
You're not getting
Oh
PLDC.
no.
you yourself are back at the ruined castle, where a twisted version of Everett caught you and ripped your face off. But it seems that the battle is over, and you're standing on the ledge where it all ended. It is currently sunny and bright at the damaged castle, and yet you hear the voices again. Kill him. Kill him. Kill him. You have to kill him. then flashes of Everett's grotesque face looming down on you from the dream. Bring him salvation, my little angel of death. Then flashes of Marsh's melting face appears in your mind. Kill him, but he needs help. That's your response. Sorry.
That's how I would actually reply.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. The echo continues. A friend or a foe? It does not matter. You must show him mercy. Show him the light. Then flashes of you killing the prisoner in the upside down mansion. Mercy. You shot Marsh when he was suffering. Mercy. Then you look up at the twisted version of Everett. Mercy. And before you could gather your thoughts, the voice said its final words. Find Blake, my son, as it echoes as you see an image of your father turn his head away as he disappears. Then you see hellfire and flames, the underworld, a black castle surrounded by lava and fiends. As the camera zooms in closer, we enter a courtyard where fiends and demons battle for the house's favor. The camera continues onward into a throne room. Sat upon is a fat, bat-like demon holding a chalice filled with souls as he cackles, swishing it around. The souls hold on and cling to the cup, refusing to be spilled out into the open where eternal death awaits them. The camera zooms in closer to the chalice. You hear a loud gunshot ring in your mind. Who do you think is in the chalice?
Blake.
Find Blake, my son. And that's
Really
where your
making me
dream
do all
ends. Sorry.
Okay, I thought I had to reply. I thought I had to reply.
Oh my god. This could...
That's it.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
Yep. You can respond in your own own thoughts. Go ahead.
Making me do all this. They don't deserve to die. Deserve that kind of mercy. Not yet. But save them. He will save them.
Left with your own thoughts and determination. You sit quietly in your room, and a thought crosses your mind. The only person that knows most about souls is Everett.
He would know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll ask Everett. I should ask Everett. I should talk to him.
You
Hopefully he's not
gain-
naked in his room right now.
Well, you gain permanently your bond feature. Bio feature. Angel form. As a bonus action, you gain the ability to fly 30 feet, and your gun can now deal radiant damage. I'm not sure if there's anything else on that. If there is, remind me. But that's all I remember.
Will my rapier also do it? Basically any weapon on me.
Let's finish the training arc first. It's not done yet.
Okay. Gotcha.
Let's move on to Kairos.
Yippee.
You've been struggling to sleep. And whenever you take a break from gun training or chrono breathing, you always find yourself really tired and drifting into sleep in your bed. Over the course of months, even Grayson begins to notice that you're always tired and sleepy. But one of these nights, you wake up and you notice Bentley is waiting outside your doorway. Wake up, sleepyhead. Didn't we say we're going to have dinner? Come on.
Oh,
No, you're not
uh,
speaking. Oh, oh yeah, right. Sorry, I just dozed off a little bit there. Um, I'll just get ready, Bentley. Just go outside for now. Thank you. Then, um, you prepare yourself. You wear your shirt. You wear your vest. You put some pants on, and you freshen up a little bit, and you go with Bentley. As you're walking to the local cafe, um, you're just having casual chatter with him, talking about his day. Bentley complains about Streamcast's orders, like management with the other regular Black Compass members. Um, and eventually, you two arrive at the local cafe. You order drinks. For Bentley, it would be something citrusy, and for you, it would be something chocolate. Bentley talks about the team's progress so far. I'm really quite impressed with Lumen, especially, finally seeking answers for himself, and Sek'na, even more so. Very proud of them. Well, don't tell this to them, of course. And thank you so much for helping with my paperwork. It's been a great help this past few weeks, months even. You've been a great help. And yes, this is there's deservedly for you. I will pay for everything tonight. And you respond, of course, I just want to help and, develop a good relationship with you. Of course, if we'll be working for a long time, it's just, beneficial if I learn the things that you do and learn about you too. And, again, I just to have that connection with the group. And yeah, I'm just glad to be able to be of service to you, Bentley. Now, this is your moment, Kairos. You know that this is Kairos 2 talking to Bentley, not you.
wait, wait. Wait, out of character. So basically, we swap places, right? Like this, or like I'm inside him.
I think he took control of your mind. Then it's just
Uh, what are you doing? I give me. Why can
Kairos 2 like knocks his drink in surprise. Bentley, I'm so sorry. I'll just go get a napkin, okay? I'll be right back. My hand got soaked. Then Kairos 2 goes to the bathroom. What? You're supposed to be asleep.
Yeah, no. You're supposed to stay away. Give. Let me control myself again. What are you doing?
No, just let me finish my date with Bentley.
Date? We should prioritize ourselves first.
Bentley's been working endlessly. He needs as much help as he can get.
What do you mean? Helping others before helping yourself? You're always there for him. Let. But. But how about us? Who will be with us? Ben, didn't you even remember? Bentley is just temporary. Come on. And I try to like control myself once more.
Doesn't budge. And what? You'll ruin your relationship with him again? And you were so awkward with Grayson today. You could just told him that you appreciate him and like, you know, just be more honest with him. Grayson was essentially begging you to be more open with him.
I'm
We'll
trying.
sort this out when we get back. Then he just forces himself, washes his hands, and then goes back to talking to Bentley. Oh my goodness, that was so awkward. Really clumsy me. I just not getting enough sleep lately. Oh, is it? It's not because of this, right? Oh no. I enjoy working with you, and then it just the entire evening just continues while you're just watching, and it's pretty awkward. And the slow realization that the reason that you're always sleepy is because you're awake all evening. And eventually, Kairos too, says his goodbyes to Bentley, and he immediately goes back to his room.
Our
and
room.
um, and at that point, behind closed doors, he, okay,
Confused.
I'm so sorry. I'm just, you know, you just have such a cool life. Everyone's here. Grayson's so empathetic. Kes'na's here. Like, Everett didn't run away. You just have a really cool timeline, and I just wanted to have a little bit of, a feel for that. Is that too much to ask?
It's not too much, but you're forcing yourself. Why can't we just do it together instead of, this? We're supposed to be here together, not do this one, not do this. Like, look at that, you're forcing me. That's why I'm being tired recently, and I can't even focus with Grayson.
Well, honestly, even if you had a full night's rest, you'd still mess up with Grayson. Just like what you did with Sek'na.
And you're saying messing up is a bad thing? I thought I prioritize learning. Even if it's making, mistakes, we get to learn. How will you know that it's a bad thing if how will you know if it's a bad thing if you aren't exposed to it?
Well,
So please,
I've seen things that you haven't.
then share it to me. Not like replace me. This is my timeline after all. Now, let's do this together. Please. I just like, uh raise my raise my arm. Like, come on. This timeline holds a lot, actually. It's not just for the connection, but the near future. That's why we must have each other. That's why we must have each other. What you're doing is tiring ourselves. So please, let's
Well,
share this together.
well, it's tiring your body. And based from your choices, I'm not sure if you deserve this timeline. As he begins to emerge from the string, and he starts pulling himself in this timeline.
I can shoot. Like, uh, hmm. And this is alarming me, so kind of like point my gun at him.
He points his gun to you.
Wait, so basically we're mirroring ourselves, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
You're just gonna mess things up. I think it's a lot better if someone that experienced failure would actually lead the perfect timeline.
No, This is my timeline, and just because you had it worse doesn't mean that I should go. You're not from here. And yeah, Kairos will just try. Kairos will try to like evade the other Kairos and will try to shoot him. I thought we had a deal.
You tried to shoot him. I'm not sure what that means.
Like not shoot like alarm, thing, warning shot or something. Like please.
You shoot. It makes a very loud noise. Everett, Grayson, you hear this? You hear this gunshot from Kairos' room? Look what you've done! Now they're gonna come after us. He will shoot you too.
Oh my god.
And he's not
Come on.
he's not pulling any shots on this. He is going to shoot you directly.
Can I dodge it? Yeah. Like I
See,
tried to,
Kairos. Sorry.
and we'll try to shoot him again. Like I'm panicking, oh my god.
He shoots you for 13. You're just gonna mess things up. This is for the best. Then
No, it's
he shoots you. You gonna try to shoot him
I
back?
can. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna shoot him back. And
Everett and Grayson and maybe Fion hears this commotion, this exchange of fire in Kairos' room.
Wait, like alternating gunshots.
Yep. Well, I mean, it kind of sounds like the same gunshot, you know, from Kairos'
But I
room.
can tell that this is two different gunshots.
No, not really. It's the same gun. It's like you're hearing exactly replicas of two guns, like.
But here's
shooting
the
in the same
thing:
room.
when two guns are shooting, they have a certain what do you call this, interval between them. So judging by intervals,
Ah.
I can tell there's a different person in the room. It feels like.
You'd really need to have good, like, gun knowledge. Oh wait, sure.
He is a gun guy.
yeah,
Like
and you just
Okay.
like
Okay, so here's your assumption. It won't be two Kairos in there. It will be two different, people shooting each other there. That's your assumption.
yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, that works for me. That works for me.
You shoot, you miss yourself. He will shoot you back.
it. You miss.
Oh my god,
He
are
will
they
miss.
killing each other?
Your turn.
Before that though, Kairos just focus on himself and like activate the once per bullet time.
He will do it as well.
1, 2.
Hit. Oh, that's a crit. I'm
And
not
speak
sure.
of
That's why they
nice.
keep trying. Why do you keep trying to kill yourself?
I'm not sure which one is us now. Okay,
Again?
so that's
Which one?
9 and 22. That's 31. Still up. He will do the same thing. So
Hit.
you are down 13. So I'll just remove 13 hit points from you. You're down to 40. I will also bullet time.
Kairos.
Hurry, you guys!
Kairos, just a friendly advice. Don't forget your features.
Stop
Oh,
trying to
thank
kill
you so
yourself,
much. I
please.
will evasion.
Oh, there we go. Yes, don't forget your features,
So
Kairos.
I will half that 22 to 11. And I will shoot you. 1, 2, 3. That's
Miss.
what do you mean
14.
miss? That's 24 to hit.
15. The 15. I'm referring
Okay.
to the 15.
14, that's
15, 29.
29.
Okay. Um,
Minus 13 from the one earlier. So you're down to
wait,
12
I'm dead.
to 11.
Okay, I'm dead. Okay, 11.
Your turn.
Before that, I then ran away. Like, oh no, I'm
What
panicking.
the hell?
Like to the door, the exit.
Sure.
Will he
As
follow me?
you open the door, you see Grayson and Everett. And then he runs after you.
Wait, is he
Grayson.
physically there?
Mm-hmm. Grayson, Everett, he's trying to kill me. He's the hunter I'm trying to talk to you about. Grayson.
Oh, what? What the? What's the meaning of this?
Well, you know what to do,
You're two of them.
Grayson. What will you do if the hunter is here?
Everyone don't kill. Everyone
Yeah.
don't kill them.
And disarm them.
Well, I'm putting my gun down.
Same here.
Disarm him, Grayson.
Oh my god, you blew. Just kidding.
What is-
So basically, they're pretty much identical.
exact replicas.
It's not replicas.
But one
Everett's
is
going to assert it.
dying. You see the other one like dying though.
Yeah. Everett would like to check on his compass.
Both
I'm
of them
checking the
have souls.
compass. Are they identical then?
Yep.
So. Nice. Oh shit.
What if? How about if I look at my compass?
There we go.
Reveal a path.
Which one deserves more mercy?
Oh come on!
Oh no.
The more damaged one deserves more mercy. Oh, sorry. The one
Yes.
not injured one deserves more mercy.
What?
He's been through more in life.
He did, yes.
Wait, Grayson, before you shoot any one of us.
You're not supposed to shoot, Grayson. You're supposed to disarm us. See, he doesn't know what he's saying. We just had this
Well-
conversation earlier.
Well, that's because I make a lot of mistakes. And I'll learn from them. In this timeline.
I'm so confused. Grayson's being so conflicted right now, looking between the two, trying to find out how he'll be able to know the real one between the two. But the only hint I have is that the less injured one, quote unquote, deserves more mercy.
How about you, Freon? Well, how about we don't, harm each other for now? I talked to the other Kairos. Because
Everett lets out a deep sigh and looks over at Grayson. You know, I'm not exactly that. I'm not that familiar with the time magic or whatever time all this problems this is or whatever. But I think it's best we hold him for now. Just to differentiate.
So we're gonna ask them
which is-
questions.
No. Hold them. Keep them in a room.
What room?
Yeah. I mean, just prevent them from getting anywhere.
I don't know right now. I don't know who is who. When you told me Hunter, you didn't exactly tell me what they were gonna look like, or that they were going to look just like you. I
well, I was
I knew this.
well, I thought there would be more of them. I didn't know this guy will hurt me. I thought we'll be working together. I don't want to kill him. And I don't want to harm people.
I don't want to risk it. He does a surprise attack. So
Surprise
I'd say
attack?
that this would have advantage.
How
I
close
have
is
it.
Kairos? How
Who's
close is
who's
Kairos?
Kairos?
Um, let's say the more injured one, will be closer.
Closer. Oh, so Kairos is at the back.
Yep. I
Oh
don't know.
my
I don't know what
god.
you want. I don't know which one is
Well,
which. So
yes.
I
Oh,
will deal.
so the bloodier Kairos has been pleading and begging with me, basically.
I mean, both of
Mhm.
them. I'll
One
just
is
But like,
attack.
who?
11. That's 20. I'll put disadvantage. I cannot. 26. Wait, I'm down? Nope. I'll use uh wait.
Evasion, you're still down with evasion.
No. Evasion. No. Final. I'll put disadvantage on it. You'll roll again. Snap another timeline.
Oh my god.
You missed. And then yeah, Grayson, help me. And before you do
Uh,
that, I'll use my compass, the one where there are mirror image,
Hmm.
so the other Kairos will be confused.
At that point, before you guys can restrain the other Kairos, you're wasting this timeline, Kairos. I'm gonna come back for you. He stabs himself in the eye as it in self implodes nearly, like as if his own eye is sucking him in. Fion, you're the person that's practicing gravity magic and teleportation so far. This is identical to how you just manifested your own teleportation magic recently. It's as if you were casting it.
what's it
I have
doing?
nothing to say.
Kairos 2 gauge their own eye and they seemingly teleported out. And they teleported out very similar to how Fion creates his portals. And there's silence in the room.
And here
When he
I
did that,
can work
is
with
there blood?
Actually, let me consider.
You stabbed yourself in the eye. How is there no blood?
No, it's more so about the timeline stuff that I'm thinking about.
I think it. I think it might be like a trigger for something, but it doesn't. I'm not sure as well. I think I've seen this from something before. Some resemblance.
Uh, Time stuff is hard. I'd say it
Yes,
would
it
leave
is.
behind. I'd say it would stay, but I might
Stay.
redact this later on. I'm not. I will have to
Uh,
review. But I'd
I'll
say
be
it's
collecting
stay.
the blood.
Collect the blood.
Can I use my compass, DM?
Sure.
I'm gonna go.
Mm.
Can you show me where is the other Kairos going?
Does it do
Where's
that?
the inconsistency in this timeline?
Yeah, it's a detect reality anomalies or disturbances. And
Well, he's gone now.
Mm. How about my eyes?
It's gone now.
I really thought I can work with them, but they were using me. I should have listened to L a lot earlier then.
Ross, I say as I am like collecting the blood. You have a lot of explaining to do.
All right. Let's start at the beginning then.
Well,
I
let's
told.
cut the session there, I think.
I'm the one who
It's 6
created.
p.m.
Yep, it is.
I'm the one who created.
Why is
this
Kairos
sus-
always trying to kill himself?
Yes.
No mercy.
Well, you keep making mistakes. Kairos too is gonna notice that. You know, you keep
Yeah.
messing up with Bentley. He likes Bentley. You know, he's gonna try and fix that. You keep making mistakes.
And
He would have
actually,
wanted to work
Kairos,
with you if he would want to work with you if you keep the main timeline good.
yes.
But I'm trying. No, it's okay. It's okay.
I don't think he can do that if he is, tired.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's trying to make his life better.
We'll have to admit it's interesting.
Yes. Why don't you stab yourself on the kneecaps? Maybe you'll land somewhere. Just kidding.
Good lord. That's crazy though.
Yeah. And
I'll
I love the small tidbit with Fion there. With that teleportation.
Truly.
You just learned, bro.
Mm.
Wait a second, I'll
Have
get
to
the
remember
reference.
that now.
Noted. Noted.
I'm sure Chrome's mind is already running a lot of theories in your
Yes.
brain.
So basically, my
Please tell
battle.
me someone to do one.
You know the funny thing about what happened to Kairos earlier? Because Keres immediately mentioned about the hunt and not to kill the hunters. He immediately said that when he could have used that as a leverage
Yeah.
Like
to,
no, no,
to
no.
And the
know
other
who is who.
Kairos,
Kasi
the other Kairos is gonna use that, right?
yes,
Because Kairos
Yeah,
keeps making
good.
mistakes.
yes.
Oh no.
Because apparently, I mean, this is just thing for time shit. What you call this out of character. There may be there may be similarities, but they can be perfectly the same. So you could have
You
said
know,
he could have said the same on his end before.
if I was going to choose, I actually was going to what was this? Because my compass was pointing to the one that was less injured, right? Basically the actual Kairos.
No.
No.
You know,
No.
Oh my god.
No, no, no. Basically, yes.
wait, what?
The more injured
Um,
Kairos is the healthy
is
Kairos.
the alpha
It's the clone.
alpha heroes?
Also, it's the more
number
injured
two.
Kairos that had my compass reacting to.
The injured Kairos is not the since you were looking for the person that has the most suffering. It is ano si
Me.
pangalan na to.
No, it's the
No,
fake one.
it's two. It's a fake
No,
one. Yes,
because
it's a
Yeah,
fake one.
he has
It's
a lot of.
traumatized.
You keep making
Yes.
mistakes.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
I'll
see.
be perfect then.
And to think of it,
So
um,
so it was the fake Kairos nga that my compass was leading me to.
yes, because it
I'm
is showing the
I understand what my compass is doing now.
Oh, there you go.
I love this question.
Yeah. We'll see more of them. Literally.
yeah. It's now a
They'll be
recurring
our
NPC,
recurring villain.
a recurring villain.
Man versus himself.
Literally. Puppy
You have
versus
to be
puppy.
more smart, Kairos. You want to know how to fight them.
Well, I have to be proper with my words. Okay, okay. I'll try.
You have to be
Again.
careful. That's one of
Kairos,
your
out of-
weakness, Kairos, as a player.
Your
You miss out
Dialogue
on the dialogue.
Kairos, I was about to shoot you, you know that?
Mm-hmm.
I had a feeling.
actually, if worse comes to worse earlier, Everett would
You
have
were not
just
making a good case for yourself.
Everett would have just knocked both of them out, but
Yeah,
apparently
but
not yet.
he made his move when you said that you're gonna hold them in place,
Hold.
which
Yes.
will not turn out well for him.
Well, yes.
So he made a
Especially
last
when he
ditch
doesn't
effort.
have any.
By the way, if I killed Kairos there, you guys won't be able to do shit.
Actually,
We won't
Kato was
know,
more
actually.
convincing.
You won't know. So, just telling you, it's that easy for me to kill your characters if you're not careful.
Yes.
If you keep making
Yeah.
mistakes.
Okay, okay.
Love your character. Just kidding, Kairos.
So you gotta
That's
know
nice, Kaputik.
your characters well. Krome knows this. Theodore knows this. Theodore,
Yeah.
you've died more than any other player.
Yeah. I mean, died. Not died, you know. Like died, but died. And alive again. Yes. Died alive.
Shut
Died
up.
Basically,
alive.
you're
Yes.
still playing the same character.
What?
Don't give him answers.
No.
Mm.
No. I'm not giving answers to you.
As far as they know, resurrection is not allowed in anima.
It's not allowed. It is not allowed.
Crazy.
But yeah, it's that easy for me to end your character.
Okay, okay. I'll be better. But at least Fion has now a reason
What?
to be interested.
Ah, okay.
Interested.
He doesn't sound interested. I have to. Okay.
Be like, I'm more interested
Maybe
with the other
Ian
Kairos.
can create
I'm interested with the other characters. He seems more charismatic.
Hey!
He's good
This
with
Kairos
birds.
is
No.
this Kairos is trying. You know, what's funny is that the other Kairos is good, while the other party members aren't. And this time,
Maybe you don't deserve to be here. Maybe you should
hey,
give it to them.
I deserve
What?
this.
Justify it.
Hey, look at me. I'm trying this, and I'm connecting with people there. And I'm not even like, I'm not even like going back to my place anymore.
Well, he made better friends with Bentley.
Eh. Good point. Then I can
Too
do
bad
it.
we
maybe-
weren't there
maybe
to make
wouldn't-
better connections with K2.
Maybe he wouldn't fuck up with Sek'na too. Or
I
Grayson.
guess.
The scary music is